Before we begin, please take a second to subscribe to the channel. It really helps support more powerful stories like this. Now, let me tell you what happened. 15 years of being called the mistake vanished in the time it took one bride to speak 3 sentences. My name is Lena Vasquez. I was 16 when my mother looked me in the eye and said, "You were a mistake, and mistakes don't get to stay in this house." She'd just found out I was pregnant. No discussion, no support. Just a duffel bag on the porch and the door locked behind me. My stepfather stood silent in the hallway. The same man who'd raised me since I was 4, who'd once called me his little girl. That night, he didn't say a word. I raised my daughter Maya alone, waitressed through the night, studied during her naps, earned a scholarship to community college, then transferred to a state university. I became a social worker, then started a nonprofit that helps teenage mothers get housing, education, and childcare. We've housed over 200 girls in the last 8 years. Maya grew up strong, kind, and brilliant. She's now in her 2nd year of nursing school. I hadn't spoken to my family in 15 years until my half-sister Camila invited me to her wedding. She messaged me privately, "Lena, I know what Mom did. I remember. Please come. I want you there. I need you there." So I went. Maya by my side, both of us in simple navy dresses we'd bought together. The venue was breathtaking, a glass-walled ballroom overlooking the city skyline, chandeliers like frozen fireworks. Heads turned as we walked in. Then my mother's voice sliced through the chatter. "Oh, you actually showed up." She stood near the head table, lips tight, eyes cold. "I didn't think you'd have the nerve. And you brought her." Guests froze. Camila looked horrified. Maya squeezed my hand. She'd heard the stories, but this was the first time she'd seen the woman who threw us away. I met my mother's gaze. "I came for Camila, not for you." She gave a brittle laugh. "Still playing the victim, I see. Some things never change." I didn't reply. I just guided Maya to our table in the back and focused on the ceremony. Camila was glowing. When she walked down the aisle, she looked straight at me and smiled, a real, private smile meant only for us. The reception was elegant, speeches flowed. My stepfather spoke about family values and raising good daughters. His eyes never once found mine. Then Camila took the microphone. She thanked everyone, then paused. The room quieted. "Before we continue," she said, "there's someone here I need to honor." She looked right at me. My sister, Lena. A ripple of confusion spread. My mother's face went pale. Camila's voice stayed steady. "Most of you don't know this, but when I was 17 and terrified after a bad breakup, I ran away for 3 days. I had nowhere to go. I called Lena. She didn't hesitate. She drove 4 hours to pick me up at 2 a.m., brought me to her tiny apartment, let me sleep on her couch for weeks. She helped me get back into school, helped me apply for financial aid. She never once judged me. She just loved me." Tears shimmered in Camila's eyes. "What you also don't know is that Lena built an entire organization from nothing, Safe Haven Homes. It gives teenage moms a real chance at life. The shelter we're donating tonight's proceeds to, that's hers. The reason this wedding is so perfectly coordinated, down to the custom centerpieces and the emergency childcare in the side room for guests with kids, Lena's team quietly handled it all, because I asked her to, because she's family." The room was silent, except for soft gasps. Camila turned toward our mother and stepfather. "You told Lena she was a mistake. You locked her out with nothing, but she turned that pain into purpose. She raised an incredible daughter who's going to be a nurse. She helped me when no one else would. And tonight, she made sure every young mom who walks through her doors knows they're not mistakes. They're worth fighting for." Camila looked back at me, voice cracking. "Thank you, Lena, for never giving up on me, for never giving up on anyone." Maya was crying quietly beside me. I reached for her hand. My mother sat frozen, hands clenched in her lap. My stepfather stared at the table like it held answers he couldn't find. For the first time in 15 years, they had nothing to say. Camila walked over, pulled me into a hug that felt like the past 15 years folding into one moment. Maya joined us. We stood there, three of us, while the room slowly began to applaud, not for drama, but for truth. I didn't feel revenge. I didn't feel triumph. I felt whole, because the truth was simple. I hadn't waited for their apology. I'd built a life and a family so full of love that their silence couldn't touch it anymore. 15 years ago, they locked the door. That night, I finally stopped knocking. Here are a few touching moments that remind us what real family looks like, and the quiet strength of walking back in head high. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more.